Hey besties, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lindsay, and on this channel we cover all things beauty and a whole lot of fragrance content. And today we are talking about a video idea that one of you requested, which is the fragrances I wore this week. So I'm very excited to share with you. I do have more than just 7 because sometimes I do like to layer and also do test out dupes of the original fragrances that are of course cheaper, and for that reason I'm usually doing one fragrance on one side and the other on the other. So that is why we have more than 7. Let's go ahead and jump in. I can't really remember like which one that I wear on Monday, which one I'll do better in the future. I just kind of wanted to test this idea out, but really thinking on it, I'm pretty sure what I wore on Monday was Valentino Donna Born in Roma Green Stravaganza. And this one is very pretty. This is a gorgeous spring flanker. To me, I do pick up on that green tea note, or sorry, it is a Lapsang Souchong tea, so it's a black tea, if I'm not mistaken. But to my nose, I do get something kind of green. I could almost see like some mint and fruits, like green apple or pear mixed in, giving it a fruity, refreshing twist. I really like this. And on the dry down, I would say it gets more powdery and more feminine. And after wearing this a few times since I picked it up at the Sephora sale, I can say the performance has gotten better when it comes to the projection of the fragrance. It's still not going to be beast mode. It's still pretty intimate for me, but at least throughout the day, I do get those whiffs of the fragrance, and it's very long lasting, especially on the clothing. This is something where I put it on my sweater, I wore it out, I went out to eat, I went to Sam's Club, I did shopping, and I still smelled it at the end of the day, and I could get those gentle whiffs of the fragrance, those little whispers, if you will, which I really did enjoy. So I've been happy with my big bottle, and if I did run out, I would repurchase. Yeah, this is not maybe going to be for everybody if you're not somebody that loves like a green, fresh scent, but for me, I really do enjoy this. So this is what I wore on Monday. And then I cannot find my Tuesday upload. I'm actually editing this video now, so I'm just gonna refilm it. So on Tuesday, I wore Black Opium over Red by YSL, and it's funny because I would say this is the most like sexy, feminine, red vibe type of fragrance out of them all. And all I did on Tuesday was literally film, and I went to a coffee shop, and I think I like helped my grandma do something on that day as well. But basically, I did not do anything sexy that day, and it's just kind of funny because this is beautiful for dates. But honestly, I think the cherry and the florals do make it more wearable, even though on the dry down, I feel like it does get a little bit more deep. There's some depth. You have these beautiful florals. Like I said, there's patchouli. There's a coffee note in the scent, and while I don't necessarily pull coffee, I do think it gives it that dark kind of character, which I do love. And the vanilla in the scent reminds me so much of the vanilla in the Black Opium Le Perfumes. So to me, it's like the Le Parfum version, but just with those cherry nuances. And I really do love this so much. In the opening, I almost get like a cherry cola vibe, but again, on the dry down, it does get deeper, which I do like. So I love this. And again, with the bigger bottle, I do get better performance. I mean, of course, that just makes sense. And that's not even necessarily true because again, look at Moonlight in Heaven by Kilian. On Wednesday, funny thing, I actually started with Moonlight in Heaven by Kilian, and then about 2 or 3 hours later, it was so light on my skin, I could barely smell it. So I did go in with Brown Girl Jane Carnivale, which is this beautiful, warm, sweet, juicy mango fragrance. There's some spice coming from the ginger and also the pepper. This is so beautiful. It's very uplifting. It's outgoing. It's so fun, and it just makes me want to get up and have a fun time every single time I put this on. If I would have wore this for my cruise last year, I would have had so much fun. This is a good time in a bottle and one of my favorite takes on mango in a fragrance. On Thursday, I wore Secret Duchess by Okja and also Princess by Kilian. This Okja fragrance is supposed to be inspired by the Kilian scent, and I would say they are similar. The best thing about the Okja fragrance is it is more long lasting. So if you struggle with longevity of Kilian, which a lot of people do, then this one is better. But I will say, for me, the Okja is not as sweet, and I get more of that powdery green tea note, as well as a little bit more ginger in the opening. So for me, I get more of like that warmed up, yummy marshmallow in this scent, which I really like. And I do find it a little bit more smooth, less powdery, but either way, these are really great. Less than 1/3 of the value. This is a really great fragrance to have in my collection. So I like to have both. They're very comforting, aromatic, calming scents, beautiful year round, but I love them for summer. And I'm picky when it comes to Okja because some of them have like this weird stuffy chemical smell, but that one, especially on the dry down, is really nice. And on Friday, I did a Bond number 9 layering combination. So here I have Madison Square Park, which is that green fruity floral fragrance. It's so fresh, you guys, and perfect for spring. Probably the most springy in this video. It has a note of grass, but the grass feels dew covered. There's a beautiful blueberry note, which is very cool and fruity and balancing. There's rose and tulips and hyacinth. I just love this so much. And you have some, I believe, hinoki wood, some type of wood and vetiver at the base. This is absolutely lovely for any spring day. Walking through the park, I think, is great. Wearing it, running errands, wearing it to wherever you want to go, anytime, any place type of scent. And I would say this one is really light and airy. Next is Greenwich Village from Bond number 9, and this is beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. That is how I feel literally every time I put this on my body. It is very fruity floral as well and fresh, but this one is sweet. There's a delicious, mouth-watering, addictive praline note in this scent, and then mixed in with that ambroxan note. It's just so gorgeous. So I would say this one is sweeter, it's more musky, but the florals they've chose peony and water lily, so it is a tad aquatic. And there's also some fruits. You have citruses and lychee. This is just magnificent to me. And that's such a funny word to use because I feel like people don't really use it often. But anyways, this is just a dream come true. And I'm so happy to have it in my collection. I feel like my descriptions kind of make this one sound like chopped liver, but I swear they're both gorgeous, and putting them together just made sense to me. And I felt really pretty. On Saturday, I wore Bianco Latte, and I also wore Eclair from Lattafa. So this is supposed to be the best dupe of Bianco Latte from Giardini di Toscana, and I wanted to test it out and see if that was true. And I don't want to spoil too much because I am planning on doing a full video, but what they're saying is true. If you blindfolded me and you put this on my body and I did not know anything about it, I would definitely think it was Bianco Latte. So it's very similar. This is just softer, and I would say I get even more of like that milkiness from this one. But oh my gosh, so solid, so close. So if Caramel Cascade from Paris Corner was a little too, it was a little too powdery for you, because I do find that one more powdery than Bianco Latte, then maybe that one would be your best bet, but you are going to want to overspray. And then today, my scent of the day is a layering combination. I'm wearing Beach Walk by Replica. This is one of those fresh, solar, sunscreeny, white floral fragrances, and the more to me it dries down, the more clean and kind of expensive it smells. Then I added a little bit of Sunkissed Goddess by Kilian because I do find this one a little more feminine, and the opening is a little cloying with the florals, but on the dry down I really do like it. So those were all the fragrances I wore this week. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will be trying this again in the future, but I think it's just nice to see all the scents I've been wearing, and let me know down below what fragrances you wore as well. Have a beautiful Sunday, and I hope you guys have a great week next week.